Kev, good to see you.
We've got Ken with us as well for the second episode running. It's going to be another fun-packed episode. Terry, why don't you tell us what you've been up to this week?
Well, I had a good chat with the kids this week because I thought that, hey, you know, last time we spoke about the shit that Chinese people like to spend money on and to splurge on, and we talked about the steaks and the jackets that Kev loves to splurge on and the tech that I love to splurge on. I thought, hey, is that just our generation, or is that kind of like just a thing of the past? Is it, you know, is the money thing like a little bit old now? Do kids nowadays think that it's a little bit crass to talk about money? I took the opportunity to talk to my kids about it. They say money can't buy taste, and quite often that's true. There's a big population of our generation and the generations before us that think that if things are expensive, that automatically it's going to be extremely high quality. Will our future generations succumb to the same traps of price? I decided to test my kids. Right, Jamie, I'm going to show you two products. Yeah, if you really wanted to impress your friends, which one would you choose? This one or this one? You choose this one. Why?
Because it looks good.
It looks good, does it? Well, this is £2,000. This one is from H&M and is £27.99. So which one are you using, left or right?
Right.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So this one costs £2,000 and this one costs £27.99. Now knowing the price, would you swap?
Swap.
You swap. What would you choose? Would you choose these, the green ones, or these ones? If you wanted to impress your friends, remember. The green Crocs.
Yeah.
Right, okay. These cost £500 and these cost £100. So these are clutch bags. Would you take the one on the left or take the one on the right? Remember.
What are that? What is that?
This is a bag and this is a bag. Now, you have got... This one is £3,700 and this one is £23. Would you choose this one or this one? Well, this one costs £1,700 and this one costs just £100. You're going out shopping so everybody can see you. Which one do you choose?
Cauliflower. I choose a cauliflower.
This one costs £9,000 and this one costs just £30, but on sale it's only £3.
Oh.
So now knowing the price, will you swap?
No.
Still the £9,000.
I really do like the cauliflower one.
So these are backpacks that you've got to take, let's just say take to school, right? Do you choose the one on the left or one on the right?
I choose that. I don't even know what is that.
Okay, Louis Vuitton backpack at £26,000 and this one is a Y3 backpack at £250. So still a decent backpack. Which one do you want?
I want the Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton ones. Basically, both of my kids have disproved my theory and chose all the expensive stuff.
Trouble, mate. Yeah, you need to get.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I went into the video with a completely different mindset that my kids aren't into the material stuff. Yeah, and the point is that the money does not buy taste.
No.
And clearly, my kids don't have any taste.
Or they know what the expensive looks like, and that means you're in real trouble. I think
I don't know. The thing is, on the video, I showed what the brands were. When I showed them, they didn't know what the brands were.
Ah, right. Okay, they didn't know at all.
They didn't know at all. They didn't know one was a Louis Vuitton and the other one was just I don't know, it was H&M or whatever. They didn't know. They just looked. I literally just showed them the style, just the picture, and they chose the one that they thought. I mean, the fact that Jamie chose the Croc Stiletto is a little bit worrying in the first place.
Yeah.
but yeah, I still have a lot of faith. Maybe my kids are not representative, but I have a lot of faith in the new generation that actually there is a more sustainable way to spend your money.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think
Do you agree, Ken?
There's I'm quite shocked at that video, to be honest, Tez. That's £26,000. Come on, that's and I liked how you said, in comparison, you said something that shot out, and then when you compared it to something that's only £100, that is still bloody expensive for a bomber jacket with no sleeves.
It is.
But you said it's only £100. I'm like,
Well, in comparison, it was only.
yeah, but it's still, yeah. I mean that video that yeah, Jamie and Natasha, you got good taste. But I think a lot of those were very flamboyant. We know just from experience and seeing fashion shows and what have you, we know that the more flamboyant something is,
It's going to be expensive, right?
Be expensive, yeah.
I
mean, that first bag, I've never even heard of that brand, and it just looks like a one that you pay £1 for in the supermarket. A bag for life.
Aldi shopper bag, isn't it?
£2,500. What was it? Like what?
It was £1,900. It's a Balenciaga bag, tote. Well, they called it a tote, but it's a shopping bag.
It's a shopping bag.
It's a shopping bag. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's very flamboyant. I think today's society we're actually sold on flamboyant things and OTT things and things that look unique. People want them.
Yeah.
People just want unique things.
Yeah, to stand out. It's not even half the time they don't even like it. They just want to do it because it attracts attention.
This is it. This was my point. My point was that our people, our Chinese people or East Asian people, do we spend things on the flamboyancy of a thing or the rarity of something, or should we really be looking at style? Like when you're spending £1,000 on a jacket, Kev,
yeah,
are you going for the flamboyancy?
No way. I'm looking at like how it functions. How long is it going to last me? How long's this thing going to actually? Its functionality. Yeah, there's a bit of style involved, but I'm not doing it because it's got fucking massive feathers sticking out and it's like multicolours and all that lot.
You know what? But I think both Ken and I would actually pay for that to see you with the feathers. We'll pay you to wear it.
I'll do it. If you buy me £1,000 multicoloured feather bowered Balenciaga, I'll do it. No top on. I'm styling it out.
Do you feel that the next generation, your kids, Millie May, would Millie May go style over substance or money over substance in this case?
I guess it's hard to say at this stage. She's still very young, so in terms of the power of the pound, the value of money is probably not there yet. What I am concerned about is probably how much, again, going back to the point, how much Ploy spends on Millie May and how much we're willing to spend on Millie May. Yeah. We are probably spoiling her to a high degree,
The expectation that she's getting, yeah. It's toys at the moment, right?
Hey,
it's toys at the moment, but as she grows up, it suddenly becomes.
Well, yeah, it's going to contribute to that. What the value of money means. So so hard to say right now. I'm hoping. That it's not going to come to a point where we don't think about money. I want to buy that most expensive thing, but there will be an element of that. All girls grow up to a certain age will have that element of what.
Yeah,
I want to look pretty. I want that fancy bag. I want that fancy this. We've seen it. We've grown up with it. So it's not going to be out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think, when you've got no mortgage, part-time income, and then you've got nothing to spend that money on, what you're going to do, you're going to spend it on looking good. I think, Tez, me and you've talked about it, when early 20s, what you're doing it for, to attract the best possible mate that you can, right? That's the whole reason why you buy this stuff, is so that you can look attractive to the opposite sex. Do you know what I mean?
Every time Kev tells me this story, the only image I can fathom in my head is just Kev swanning down the streets like this, like trying to.
Yeah.
Is it true, Ken? Is it true, Ken? You've seen him in his young days.
That's very true. Very accurate, in fact. The way you walk there, that was very true.
I'm not having it.
Yeah, but going back to that point, though, it's what, we all go through that phase, when like I said, like you want to look attractive, you want to buy the best things, to look good, and that goes back to the point we mentioned previously. It depends on what stage in life you're at, isn't it? Like when we're young, when you got no mortgage, when you got no other commitments, and your priority is, you know what, I want to look good, and there's nothing else that matters. You just want to look good to go out, right?
That's
You want
right.
to look good to go out. That, and everyone's been through that point of that's my priority. You know, I don't care if I freeze to death or whatever, but I want to buy that shirt because it's 200 quid. It's the thing that's in at the moment, and that's what I'm going to wear going out. You know, so yeah, that's it's that priority at that point. And yeah, unfortunately, Millie May, she will go through it. She will go through it.
All the kids will. I think all of them will. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I just thought that, like, the youngsters nowadays, for example, a lot of young, I fucking feel so old when I fucking say this, but a lot of young people nowadays, actually, for example, not about the spending money, but actually don't drink.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of young people, and don't drink or smoke.
I think you're right. And also, going back to your point about sustainability, a lot of them are buying stuff on Vinted that's secondhand. They are buying decent brands. They're buying Carhartt, you know, stuff that lasts. They are buying decent quality brands that will last forever, but they're buying it on Vinted secondhand. And I reckon Vinted is great, you know.
It is.
I think
you
can pick up some really good stuff that was someone else has paid what I call the depreciation on it. So someone else has paid like something that's 900 quid. They've worn it for 2 years. It's still in amazing condition, and you can pick it up for 200 quid. And these guys, they go, right, I can still wear this for 10 years, you know what I mean? And it's still going to be decent. Someone's going to pay for your YSL bright orange t-shirt now. They're going to pay, they're going to pay good money for it. Do you know what I mean?
I was hoping my kids' attitude had changed, but obviously not. But I think the attitudes are changing, like waste. I mean, I know this is like I'm not going to go all global warming on you, but there is this whole thing about waste, with kids. And that they want to buy stuff that means something or has value. Yeah. Rather than, I mean, I'm not talking like young kids. I'm talking like older kids, like teenager plus. Their thought process around it is, am I going to use it again? It's not as waste. Like even Natasha, she spends like money on like cosmetics and makeup now, which is expensive, but she'll buy stuff that would last and probably is suitable for her.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like more and more kids are, especially older kids. Like I'm not talking Hayden's age, that's like 9. I'm talking like 13, 14, probably a little bit more like Natasha's age. They're way more conscious of the impact of the stuff they buy on the world, and like, you know, what does it harm the world? Is it globally, you know, efficient? All that sort of stuff around carbon footprint and stuff. They're way more aware of that stuff than we ever were. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. Do you feel that has an impact on the stuff that they buy then?
They will. I think that, you know, Hayden will. I think we're of the old generation, you know, like going to fast fashion. Fast fashion's evil, isn't it? Like, you know, it's like carbon emissions and waste and like, you know, wear a t-shirt once and throw it into a big pile and all that sort of stuff. So buying fast fashion is pretty bad. Like we're aware of it. And I think the kids are super aware of it. They'll just be like, I don't want to buy fast fashion. It's harming the, you know, like the global health. It's harming global warming. Yeah.
A lot of my team at work in their sort of late 20s, the younger ones, none of them have the same traits that I did when I was in my 20s. Don't drink, don't smoke, go to the gym. They buy like secondhand stuff like on Vinted and stuff, like good quality stuff. None of them have the same traits. Like go to bed at a decent hour. I was thinking, fucking hell, live a little, guys. Do you know what I mean? But no, none of them. All of them are really like health conscious, bothered about what they eat.
Yeah, I think we were the last of the bad generation. We were the last of the bad ones. Do you know, the ones that like drank, smoke, did whatever, spent money badly, all that lot. And I think the ones that came after us, they're the ones that were slightly brighter and a bit more aware. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think we were definitely the thickest of the bunch.
What do you think, Ken? Do you agree with that?
I think potentially when we were young, there's certain things that our parents would never ever know about. We do things that they'll never know about. There could be an element of the younger generation doing that right now. We're not exactly spring chicken, so we don't know what's in and what's out, you know. So we're only seeing potentially maybe what they want us to see. I don't know.
That's a very interesting point, Ken. Really interesting. They're giving us the sugar-coated version.
Yeah. The exact same way
Oh,
that we sugarcoated things to our parents to not
Interesting.
get in trouble, right? So I'm just saying that because I know I'm old. I know we are old. You know, we are that old generation now. You know, and the kids, it's their time now, and it's, you know, they're gonna have their sneaky ways, or they're gonna have their normal ways to hide and sugarcoat.
that
Just
is
make them
a
seem
very
good.
good perspective, Ken. Never
It
thought
is.
about it like that. Very
Yeah.
good perspective.
So when they're talking to us old fuddy duddies, they're putting their best foot forward. They're saying we're this and that, but maybe they're on some new shit that we don't know about, right? Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah,
happen. It's gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah,
And it is happening.
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that is a really good perspective. Yeah, it's a really good perspective. So, would you, if your kids did end up like you? I mean, no, we're all doing well, but what I mean is, if they ended up like going out drinking and spending loads on designer clothes, and how would you see it?
I would definitely say, I went through a phase myself. I know it's the wrong way to live your life. Don't do it that way. There'll be a time that you will value this stuff, but in time you'll realize it's all not important.
Yeah. So you let them do it. You let them do it.
I'd try not to. I'd try as I could not to, right? But if he's asking for a 500 quid Stone Island jacket because all his mates have one, it's quite hard not to buy a 500 quid.
Well, the 500 quid Stone Island jacket now is like the Nintendo NES back in your day, right? I mean, different pricing, but like your dad didn't want you to spend all day on video games.
Correct. Yeah.
But he did it because it's hard to say no. Just like if Bradley wants to spend 500 quid on a Stone Island top, hard to say no because everyone else, his social circle is doing that.
Well, this is it, and I think social pressure is massive. I think we talked about it before, especially the whole Instagram era. If you're not wearing this, if you're not doing that, and it doesn't have to be designer stuff. It could be. Are you socially aware? Are you globally aware of the impact that you have on
whatever it is? Yeah.
Then they're buying into it all because it's like, oh well, you're not doing what we're doing, and it is a whole trend thing, isn't it? Everyone has to do what everyone else is doing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly the same. I remember growing up and asking, being declined, saying no, and never getting it, and I just can't forget the feeling that you go through of the sheer disappointment and anger that I'm not wearing the same trainers as my mates, or I've not got I've not got a Mega Drive because I've only got a Master System. That frustration and the ball you feel on your throat. You know what?
That point there, Ken, that point there, that's almost like a class system. That you've got a Mega Drive, I've got a Master System. It's almost like a class system. That
it is.
Only our generation would understand
it. so knowing what I knew and know what I went through and how I felt, can I put Millie May through that? And I don't know. I think in this generation, I think parents are willing to spend more on their kids. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to dig into my pockets and buy whatever she wants because
it's much easier. It's much easier. Yeah. I agree with both of you that actually the pressures of our kids and fitting in and everything like that. And like you, I will probably dig into my pocket and pay for it, right? God knows how much of V-Bucks I've bought this week for Jamie just to please him. But let's really be critical of ourselves. Is that good parenting? Because think about it. We were denied stuff when we were kids, right? Didn't feel good. Yeah, when we got stuff as well, but it didn't feel good. But did it make us that little bit more resilient? Did it make us a little bit more appreciative and grateful for the stuff we have today? Whereas I'll be the first to admit that I spoil the kids, and in a very bad parent way, that I should say more often, just to get that little bit more gratitude when they do get the stuff that they want.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's almost like that's just another.
Yeah. It's not about them getting it. It's about them valuing it. I think that's it, isn't it? Like, I don't mind buying them, but if you've grafted for it, if you've done chores or whatever, and the value,
agreed,
paying that. But I don't do that. We set out doing that. Hayden, you've got to tidy your room, you've got to do all homework, you've got to do this and that. Initially, to get your £3 or whatever it is, pocket money. Now I just Monzo it, and I'm like, he's like, oh, I've got my pocket money. Oh, I'll do it now. Bang, bang, bang. It's done. No chores, no
Just a
anything. Yeah,
checkbox now, isn't it?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just a matter of fact that I give him this money for nothing. You know?
Yeah. It's just a checkbox now. What about you, Ken? What do you think?
I think to that question you said, is that good parenting? It's a hard question to answer. It's yes or no. Go back to Kev's point. It's what we do as parents to unlock that part of them that says, how do they value it? Because like I mentioned on the previous time, this Christmas and birthday, Millie gets a lot of presents, and sometimes she forgets the first present that she's unwrapped, and onto the 27th present, and that. It's a lose-lose game. Like, you're not going to value every single present that you have because you've got the sheer amount of them. So I guess the challenge is, as parents, what are we doing to ensure that they do value it? So we can buy them stuff. We can spoil them, but how the approach of it, right? Okay, you deserve this, and then making sure, what have you done to deserve that? So it's a very parenting technique. I'm not going to deprive them of stuff, because I'm going to teach you the value of money, so I'm not going to buy you anything. You have to earn. That's pretty extreme. But in terms of I'm yet to cross that bridge yet, because I still think Millie May is still quite young to sort of like know what is money. Yeah, so I've still got that bit of time yet. But I guess in your shoes, Tez, Natasha's getting to that age now where she probably knows about money. She probably made that conscious decision, right, of what's expensive, what's cheap. I guess.
Well, this is it. This is it. Yeah. Is that, does she know? Because she doesn't, because she just gets it. Is what I'm saying. Is that she probably knows the number value of it, but does she really know the actual value of it? For every unit cost of this, Dad's got to go and do this.
Yeah.
To get it right.
Yeah.
That is so. Kids are so far detached from the in, from then the out. Right, the out's easy. Everyone can fucking spend money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's getting it in that's the hardest bit, and I think that's the hardest bit to teach. You alluded to it before, Kev, about doing chores. We've gone through like umpteen different systems of points and chores and whatever, and now I just give it to him because I just give it to him now. It's so much easier. Like I'm like, oh, have you done your chores? Yeah, I folded the clothes, right? And I go upstairs and like, half my socks are missing. Do you know what I mean? It's like they haven't done it, but then I'll give them they've done it in their mind, and in my mind I've just checked a box, but they've not done it properly. And really, they've not done it properly. I should really stand my ground and say, that's just terrible work, that kids. I'm deducting it off you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not going to do that. That in itself, in my view, is not good parenting. I'm not teaching them any lesson. It'd be easy just to give them money.
Yeah. I've deducted for bad behaviour. I've deducted for jobs incomplete, but it's not consistent. Like, if I'm in a good mood, I might just let it slide. If I'm in a bad mood, do you know what I mean? I'm taxing it. Yeah.
Well, we just admitted that we're really sloppy parents. We're just
no. I think we're representative of 90% of modern day parents. I think we are. I think we literally have these theoretical ways of how we should be parenting, but when it comes to the crunch, we probably do it we probably just do it half-assed and say, my kids do chores. Little do the other people know that they actually do a terrible job at the chores.
Yeah.
I agree. Completely agree.
But we just think that, you've done it. It's fine. Where's the quality check?
Easy, isn't it? It's the easy option. It's just the easy option just to give them it. Yeah.
You made me think about my parenting now, Tez. I'm starting thinking about, right, what should I have done in that instance?
Just carry on being lazy, mate. It's the easy option. Just we're already far further down the line, so you might as well just carry on.
I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult. One of my staff is a new parent, and so he's got a 4-month-old, and I can already see the recurring themes that he's going through that I went through. Yeah, like as an example. When we first said Natasha, we like on our high horse, me and Yang goes, we're not going to be one of those parents that give our kids an iPad. How very crass, you know what I mean? Like, and I like nowadays it's like get into a restaurant, have that. Do you know what I mean? It's like it is, isn't it? You become you get off your high horse, and then you realise actually parenting's bloody difficult.
I've yet to meet a parent that I know that has carried through that particular one, which is I'm not going to be that parent that gives them a phone or a tablet. Every single parent, rich, poor, high
Succumbs to
class,
it.
low class, middle class, whatever.
Yeah.
It's as soon as they get into a restaurant, I've got YouTube Kids loaded up before they even sat down. And
Yeah.
it's there. Do you know what I mean? I've got the Wi-Fi password on the way
Yeah.
walking in, so I know what I'm going to load up for them.
You just succumb to it. Are you the same, Ken?
Exactly the same, exactly the same as before Millie May was at that point where before she got to the age where she knew what a tablet was or knew what YouTube was. Me and Paul did say right, we've got to really limit the screen time because we've got loads of loads of friends that are parents and they tell us the tips and tricks and we're going in here, and then I really wanted to make a rule like I don't want to be that parent that shoves a tablet in the face and let them get on with it. We'll really limit the screen time. We'll be quite strict. And I think rest is history. We're going to a restaurant now, and it's just got a face up to the tablet. And I think personally, I'm actually quite gutted because I think we've got to that point now where it's too late to actually retract anything because them. Yeah,
you're right.
And how do we retract? How do we rewind from that? And I don't think we can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I don't think you can because especially if you're going with friends as well, and their kids whip out an iPad or a phone or a tablet or whatever, and your kid hasn't got one. Same conversation. We went to dim sum once with a friend, and their daughter. I think their daughter had been in trouble, so they weren't allowed iPad. Anyway, my kids whipped out their iPad, and then they whipped out a colouring book, and I went, "Good luck with that." I don't even touch the size of the colouring book. You last 10 minutes. But yeah, it does. I think we all know what we should do. It's actually doing it.
Yeah.
No one can do it.
That's what they preach. We know what to do. We just don't do it. And whether it's lazy or whether we just fall into a trap, we just don't do it.
You show me one person that's done it. Show me one single person that's done it.
Not with any longevity.
Yeah, and I'll pay them good money to show me how to do it because I don't have a bloody clue how to do it. To be honest.
Yeah, but maybe that's not the right way because technology now is actually a big part of everyone's life. So is it that bad? Is it that bad that they have technology in front of them growing up and as part of their learning journey?
No, it's not. I don't think it is. I think there's just I think there is definitely, maybe not our kids' age, our kids' generation, but definitely their kids. I think there'll be a whole complete human skill, communication skill lost. There'll be certain things lost. Kids nowadays, they can't talk for shit.
No, man. No.
They don't have they don't have the vocabulary to communicate in a civilized manner.
No, it's all skibbity toilets.
All skibbity toilet. It's all skibbity toilet riz now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that you won't know what that means, Ken. Yeah, but trust me, Millie May will soon be speaking like them. Yeah, it'll be like skibbity toilet, riz, gayat, all this sort of stuff. Yeah.
And also, as well, it's messing up their attention spans. It's completely messing. You can see it. I'll look in Jamie's eyes and I'll talk to him for more than 1 minute. I can see him drifting off.
Yeah, because you know why? Because the average reel is only 30 seconds, so you've got
exactly. And even if they watch YouTube, it's just short.
Scroll.
Jamie can't get through a whole short without going to the next one. That's bad. That's a bad state of affairs, that isn't it? So you can't get through a minute video.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. We're in a good spot with the kids at the moment because they're well into Dragon Ball. So they'll sit and watch episodes and episodes and episodes of Dragon Ball. And I was really happy that they've got that attention span to sit and pay attention for that long. So I didn't even know. I thought it was out of their system. I thought they'd get bored. They'd be looking to play in their Switch or their PS5. No, they're sitting there and they're watching hours of Dragon Ball. And I'm like, yes, you're still a human being.
Yeah, that's good. I want to tell my kids, do you know when your dad was younger, I went through 5 hours of Dante. Did you know that? I watched that shit back to back.
Yeah. You know what the irony is, yeah? You know what the irony is, right? So Kev, you said then, you're quite impressed and proud that Hayden sat there for hours watching an iPad.
The irony.
10 minutes ago, saying, should we just give him iPads? But it's quickly changed to, because it moved on then. It moved on to their attention span's not that great. But then you're quite
Yeah.
proud that they're spending hours on end watching the Dragon Ball.
But there's a difference, right? The difference is they would spend that same amount of time, but just zombieing themselves every 30 seconds.
Scrolling.
Yeah, I prefer the Dragon Ball.
But they're into it. They're paying attention. Do you know
It's
what I
the
mean?
lesser. It's the lesser of two evils, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're out there, exercising and doing anything good for themselves. They're still rotting their brain, but rotting their brain with a focus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, what a world we're living in, boys! What a world we're living in. Yeah, it's like when we were kids, we were like, don't play with your toys. Go and tidy up. Go and clean this. Go and wipe this. Go and do some chores, whatever. Now I'm saying, kids, do you want to just not go on your iPads and just go and play with your toys for an hour? Like what?
Yeah.
Like the toys is the punishment.
Toys is the punishment. Yeah,
Man, what a world!
Yeah, exactly.
What a world we're living in.
They've got it. They're not going to know what real.
They're not.
On the flip side, did we actually go through the real struggle? Was it the struggle? Because the struggle in our parents' generations is
Was
a
proper
different
struggle.
one.
Was proper
Yeah.
struggle.
So
It was survival.
Yeah. My mum was horn owl at 4 years old. She was looking after cows, man.
exactly.
And I was worried about whether I was going to get a Mega Drive or a Master System. Do you know?
What system would you be in? Yeah.
Like kids are wondering what punishment, which toy can they play with as their punishment. How it got diluted.
Yeah, it is. It is mega diluted. I worry about the next generation after them. Like, are we just going to be brains in jars?
Yeah, it's probably coming, mate. Yeah, taking our consciousness and shoving it into ChatGPT or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Brains in jars. Anyway, gents, that was a wonderful catch up.
Yeah,
really good to have you on, Ken.
Thanks for having me. Like I said, you're both my mates. We've known each other for a long time, and it's good just to have a catch up and talk. Yeah.
How quickly the years have flown by.
It's scary.
Madness.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Great.
Really, really happy to be a part of this. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Yeah, welcome back anytime as well.
Speak soon, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
speak
you.
soon. See you later.